Hello everyone. In this video we are going to learn how to draw the internal structure of the human eye. This entire figure we are going to draw just in 15 strokes, and we will also know all the levelings of the different parts and the functions of the different parts. Begin your diagram from little towards left side of the paper. The first stroke starts from the upper side. As you can see in the diagram over here, move your pen or pencil in the direction as shown by the arrows over here. We can see that there is a bulge which is drawn over here. This bulge or protuberance is very important in the diagram of an eye structure. Start your second stroke from here. Move your pencil like making a curvature like this in the direction of the arrows. Eyeball is made up of 3 layers internally. We had started drawing the outermost layer with the second stroke. For the third stroke, keep the pen or pencil over here and draw this curve in the direction of the arrow. This is the fourth stroke from here coming to this point. Now we draw the fifth and the sixth stroke. All the 6 strokes are visible in this particular diagram. We will complete the outermost layer diagram with the help of the 7th and the 8th stroke. Begin from here, students, and just move your pencil in the direction of the arrow. Coming like this, make this curvature properly, and for the 8th stroke, again you complete this curvature moving your pencil like this. We have completed the diagram up to this part. The outermost layer of the eyeball is completely drawn now. As you can see here, the outermost layer is known as the sclera or the sclerotic layer. The white part of the eyeball which is visible externally also. And as you see, as this sclera moves in the forward direction in the bulge part, okay, you can see here that I have labeled this as the cornea. Cornea is nothing but the sclera itself, the extension of the sclera in this bulged part, but here it has become transparent, and from this part to this part which is transparent in nature, this sclera or the sclerotic layer, this is known as the cornea. Okay, so what is this? The first stroke that we had drawn, what is this membranous lining then? This outer membrane, this is actually known as the conjunctiva. When we suffer with conjunctivitis, it is the inflammation of this outer membrane known as the conjunctiva. As you can see, students, this is actually not a part of the eyeball. This conjunctiva, this membrane, this is the extension of the inner membranes of the, this is the upper eyelid, and it extends like this, extension of the inner membrane of the lower eyelid. This makes the conjunctiva over the eyeball, and it forms the protective membrane over the eyeball. Now comes the 9th stroke. With the 9th stroke, we are going to draw the second layer of the eyeball. As you can see, it is drawn in green color, and this second layer, which is known as the choroid layer, it does not extend in the bulged part, as you can see, students. So you begin your 9th stroke starting from here. Just make this curve like this, move it like this in the direction of the arrows, and make it enter this extension also. This is the 10th stroke, students. Begin from here like this, make this curve as in the direction of the arrows, and make it insert it like this in this extension, and with this we complete making the second layer of the eyeball, the choroid, which is the middle layer and which is black in color. The outer and the middle layer drawn. Now we begin the third layer with the 11th stroke. So third layer, which is known as the retina, this also does not extend in the protuberance over here. So we begin from here, and as the arrow shows, begin from here like this, the curvature goes like this, and as you can see here, in the central part, in the horizontal of this horizontal line of the eye, you can see a depression over here. So draw this depression over here like this and complete this 11th stroke like this. With the 12th stroke beginning from here, going like this in the direction of arrows, we complete drawing the third layer, that is known as the retina, the innermost layer of the eyeball. The part of retina shown in yellow color over here, this is a very important part in the eyeball itself. As you can see, students, this is known as the yellow spot, because when it is viewed by any of the doctors, it appears yellow in color. So it is called the yellow spot. It is the area of best vision. It is also known as fovea centralis, also known as macula lutea. And you know, the retina, which is made up of two kinds of cells, the rods for dim light vision and the cones for bright light and color vision. And most of the cones they are concentrated at this yellow spot, and whatever we see with the help of our eye, the image that is produced here on the retina at the yellow spot. The 13th stroke, children, start from here. Make the curvature like this, convex, and again complete the biconvex lens. 14th stroke, join these two structures. And the 15th and the final stroke, join these two structures. Now that we are done with all the 15 strokes and we have completed drawing the entire structure of the eyeball, let us write down the remaining of the labelings. Now whenever we do labelings for a diagram, children, we usually do it on the right hand side. But depending upon the structure, labeling can also move to other side of the figure also. Now new labeling that we have added here, one is known as the blind spot. As you can see, this is known as the blind spot because no image is formed on this part, as no rods and cones are present. The arrow is marking towards the point which we are labeling. This gives a much clearer concept. Next we see here the ciliary body. Ciliary body, which is made up of ciliary muscles. The contraction and relaxation of these ciliary bodies help the lens to change their shape for near and far vision. That is, it helps in the process of accommodation. Lens divides the entire internal part of the eyeball into two chambers. The smaller chamber, which is known as the aqueous chamber, and the larger chamber, which is known as the vitreous chamber. Aqueous chamber is filled with aqueous humor. Vitreous chamber is filled with vitreous humor. The smaller chamber helps in keeping the eye lens and cornea moist, whereas the vitreous chamber helps in maintaining the shape of the eyeball. Next comes the iris. Iris, which is a part of the choroid. This iris is present in a circular manner in the eyeball when you look it from the outside, and the iris gives color to the eyeball, and this iris controls the size of the pupil. Pupil is the small opening present in the eyeball which allows the light to enter inside the eyeball. So this pupil is also known as the window of the eyeball. Another structure we have added here, that is known as the suspensory ligament. These suspensory ligaments, which are the thread-like structures which attach the ciliary body to the lens, and they help in the process of accommodation. So students, I hope this video was helpful to you in drawing the structure of the eyeball and you like this video. Thank you all.